Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Hey, the president will be speaking in a few moments here. I'm just going to record it and I'm going to edit down what he says, the most important thing, and then I'm going to air it. I'm going to premiere it right away, okay? So we'll talk after he speaks. Usually, I just want to say, usually when he speaks, and gives more sanctions, the market tends to go up. The Dow, the S&P, Nasdaq, it tends to go up. But we want to be careful and see how closing bell looks. All right, here's the president.
Further step of banning imports of goods from several signature sectors of the Russian economy, including seafoods, vodka, and diamonds. And we're going to continue to squeeze Putin. The G7 will seek to deny Russia the ability to borrow from leading multinational institutions, such as the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Putin is an aggressor. He is the aggressor, and Putin must pay the price. He cannot pursue a war that threatens the very foundations, which he's doing, the very foundations of international peace and stability, and then ask for financial help from the international community. The G7 is also stepping up pressure on corrupt Russian billionaires. We're adding new names to the list of oligarchs and their families that we're targeting. And we're increasing coordination among the G7 countries to target and capture their ill-begotten gains. They support Putin. They steal from the Russian people, and they seek to hide their money in our countries. They're part of that kleptocracy that exists in Moscow, and they must share in the pain of these sanctions. And while we're going after these their super yachts and their vacation homes and worth hundreds of millions of dollars, we're also going to make it harder for them to buy high-end products manufactured in our country. We're banning the export of luxury goods to Russia. They're also the latest steps we're taking, but they're not the last steps we're going to take. And as I said, at the beginning of all these steps, we're going to hit Putin harder because the United States and our closest allies and partners are acting in unison. The totality of our sanctions and export controls is crushing the Russian economy. The ruble has lost more than half its value. They tell me it takes about 200 rubles to equal $1 these days. Moscow Stock Exchange has been closed for 2 weeks because they know the moment it opens, it will probably collapse. Credit rating agencies has downgraded Russia's government to junk status, its economy to junk status. The list of businesses, international corporations leaving Russia is growing by the day. We're also continuing to close corporations with allies and partners to make sure that the close cooperation we continue to have, the Ukrainian people are able to defend their own nation. The United States has sent more than $1 billion in security assistance to Ukraine over the last year, including anti-armor and anti-air capabilities, taking out tanks and planes and helicopters, with new shipments arriving every day. We, the United States, are also facilitating significant shipments of security assistance from our allies and partners to Ukraine. And the humanitarian front, we're working closely with the UN and humanitarian organizations to support the people of Ukraine who've been displaced by the violence in Ukraine. We're providing tens of thousands of tons of humanitarian supplies, food, water, medicines, coming via truck and train every single day. Yesterday in Poland, Vice President Harris announced an additional $53 million in additional humanitarian support to Ukraine. That brings the total humanitarian assistance to $107 million in just 2 weeks. We've joined this effort with more than 30 other countries who are providing hundreds of millions more. And last night, to their great credit, the Congress passed a bipartisan spending bill that included an additional $13.6 billion in new assistance to the Ukrainian people. And I look forward to signing that immediately. I also want to be clear, though. We will make sure Ukraine has weapons to defend against an invading Russian force. We will send money and food and aid to save the Ukrainian people. And I will welcome Ukrainian refugees. We should welcome them here with open arms if they need access. And we're going to provide more support for Ukraine. We're going to continue to stand together with our allies in Europe and send unmistakable message. We'll defend every single inch of NATO territory with the full might of the united and galvanized NATO. We will not fight a war against Russia in Ukraine. Direct confrontation between NATO and Russia is World War III, something we must strive to prevent. But we already know Putin's war against Ukraine will never be a victory. He hoped to dominate Ukraine without a fight. He failed. He hoped to fracture European resolve. He failed. He hoped to weaken the transatlantic alliance. He failed. He hoped to split apart American democracies in terms of our positions. He failed. The American people are united. The world is united. And we stand with the people of Ukraine. We will not let autocrats and would-be emperors dictate the direction of the world.
All right. Well, that is President Biden at the White House just announcing the revoking of the most favored nation status for Russia alongside allies, banning the import of goods from certain sectors, including vodka, seafood, diamonds, also saying that he's banning the export of luxury goods to Russia, talking about sending military equipment and aid, also saying, again, that we will not fight a war against Russia that would essentially be World War III, and it's something we must strive to prevent, but that, quote, democracies are rising to meet this moment.
So there you have it. I just wanted to come on live with the president's more sanctions for Russia. The reason why the market is actually doing better today and was before the president was making his comments is because Putin had put out a statement that talks were looking good. And so the market was reacting positively off of that news. As a matter of fact, the futures were up as high as 400. The Dow was up as far as 400%, right? And so I trust Putin as far as I can throw him. I'm gonna just say that right off the back. So the market is still skittish because Putin can say, hey, I agree to this or I agree to that, and then he could literally go against what he just said. He's been known to do that before. And so the market is very cautious and fragile right now. Be careful about the last hour, it being Friday, with people not trusting Putin. And be careful, just because the market is green right now doesn't mean. So the Dow was green, the S&P, I believe it was flat. Don't think that this means that it's going to end green. It does not. Anything could happen closer towards closing bell. So let's just keep our eye on it. I'm not going to guess up or down, but for those of you that's doing the $5 a day, I usually do it in the last half hour on Friday. So I do my $5 a day challenge. I make all of my purchases in the last half hour on Fridays because it's the most volatile, and so far it's been the one that has tanked the most. And then I share it with you guys on Monday. One thing we do know for sure, that in this state where the market is right now, the best and safe thing to do to build wealth long term is to get high conviction companies. So that's why I call it high conviction. I am not trading heavy in companies right now that I do not have a high conviction in. And those are just the facts. So what we have to learn, especially some of you that are new, I've been doing this a long time. I made my first purchase in 92. I remember 2008. I've been through a lot of stuff that a lot of you new guys just haven't. You're just trading on emotion. I'm going to tell you, in a situation like this where we're in a bear market and on the verge of a depression, I'm sorry, not a depression, a recession, you want to trade only in high conviction stocks, unless, and crypto, unless you're getting in and getting out doing a swing trade. That's it. And you have to know what you're doing to do that. All right. So I just wanted to come in and let you guys know what's happening with the market today. And I may or may not post one tonight. If not, I'll post one this weekend, and we'll discuss what to look for in the future, what to be investing in now to build wealth over the next 5 years. Because 5 years from now, Omicron is not going to be a threat on the market. Putin is not going to be a threat on the market. A lot of the things that's weighing, I don't believe inflation will be a threat on the market and rising interest rates 5 years from now. So what you're going to find out is now's the time to be investing in your long-term positions. All right, good people. I'm going to leave it right there. Hopefully, I said something that keeps you guys that are at work, keep you abreast of what's going on. Let's take a quick look here. Dow's 182. It generally does this when the president comes and gives, when he issues new sanctions, the market always reacts more positively to that. And then, what the market gives, the market takes away. All right. So we're going to leave it right there. Hey, if you're new, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. I thought I'd just come on live. And if you're not getting everything, make sure and check that you are subscribed. There's been some FUD going on, and some people have been getting unsubscribed. And now is the time you want to get all the latest and greatest breaking up-to-date news. So let's look at it here. See there? Dow negative 172, S&P is flat, NASDAQ is down negative, all right? But I will take that rather than a sell-off. So let's keep our eye on the last half hour, right? I love you, good people. Live, love, laugh. Oh, yeah, make sure you check out all the links below. Make sure you get multiple platforms. You will see an extra link for Moo. They have a promotion, six free stock for just a deposit. Just $100. You could deposit $1 really, but just deposit $100. And they're going to give you 6 free stock, and they're going to give you 1 free stock will be actually NEO. So if you want to have NEO with no risk, there you go. When when TikTok becomes tradable, you will be able to buy it with the Moo link. That's going to be one that I'm definitely going to get into. Right? We got a lot to talk about, good people, but I'll talk to you later. Love you guys. Live, love, laugh, and learn.